So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another stream. And today, obviously, besides talking about what's happening on the market, we will also talk about Coinbase, maybe the most anticipated IPO in the next week. There's not much happening besides obviously the regular stuff with the Fed and everything, but still there is this kind of IPOs of these big tech companies is always very interesting, and that's why it's interesting. First of all, let me know in the comments chat where you are watching from. Okay, this is always highly interesting for me to see where you guys are watching from, which country, which city maybe. Let me know in the chat right now, and then we will dive into the market, guys, because the market is not looking good, specifically for those stocks that we are following. And here's, for example, a quick dive into stocks that we are looking in, and also the indexes. As you can see, the S&P 500 slightly neutral, and I will tell you exactly why this is. Okay, then we are also having the Dow Jones a little bit lighter today, not much, but a little bit lighter. The Nasdaq a little bit lighter as well. Then we have the Russell 2000 a little bit lighter, but more than any of the other one. And then you are seeing here, for example, the first one is obviously Virgin Galactic with about minus 5%, which is quite strong today. And no news, I guess, just the rebalancing of yesterday, right? Yesterday it was plus 4%, today without news minus 5%. It's just the overall drag down of the market that we see there, okay? Which else stocks are interesting? Tesla, for example, here. Tesla is doing minus 3% as well, okay? What I was very surprised of was Peloton today. I think they started quite negative and then pretty much recovered nicely. Then we also have Beyond Meat with minus 2.7%, almost minus 3%. Then we have the GameStop also minus 4% today. We have Deutsche Lufthansa. You remember we talked about it. This is a very nice recovery stock, and this is obviously quite interesting. Then we have what else do we have? AMC down minus 3% as well. Uber is down, and Carnival is up. So you can see this recovery stocks are actually up while the growth stocks are down. Okay, so this is apparently what's going on the market. The 10-year treasury is a little bit up, slightly, really slightly. And then you are having the VIX, and this is quite interesting, guys. The VIX is going down, actually, which means that, usually when the VIX is going down, the prices of equities can rise better, and with a high VIX you have usually lower prices. Okay, now that is pretty much the market right now. If you are looking into the financial news, there is one topic, and this is the Fed. Okay, the Fed officials say easy policy will stay in place until economic outcomes are achieved. So again, they are not saying, today was the release of the monthly meeting report. Okay, so about every month the Fed is releasing those meeting reports, and those minutes of meetings are actually a summary of what they discussed, what they agreed on. They put in some paperwork together, and then everyone will know about it. And then basically CNBC also Meet Kevin, also a very nice coverage of the same. And basically there's no changes. Okay, so first of all, that there were some couple of words where I'm saying, okay, maybe they are seeing that the inflation is there rather than that they thought more, or they thought there's less inflation that they actually is right now. This is the only thing that I really saw where maybe they now say, okay, we agree that maybe there is a little bit of inflation. So just to remember that, okay, when we're talking about the Fed meeting of March. But that's all economy, okay? I want to now dive with you into Coinbase IPO. And I would like to take something that is quite interesting, because obviously I'm a big follower and fan how Shamas is playing with the social media and discussing things without any more or less censorship. Okay, so he obviously invested into a couple of startups. He missed on some. His biggest winners are like Amazon, Tesla. He invested also in Bitcoin very early. He invested into Slack that sold recently for many billions of dollars to Microsoft. So he's very, very good in seeing potential in things, but he is also this time vocal about how he missed on Coinbase and why he did. And for that, we needing to dive into his Twitter account, which is at Shamas. Very easy, because he was one of the first guys who used it. Twitter was back then a very, very Silicon Valley thing only, where people in Silicon Valley got the best, let's say, tags for their names and could get those names early. So that's why you can see that this short names are with those who are actually early. Okay, and he posted something, or retweeted something, and he made a thread out of that, which we will dive into. So he's saying, I'm not an investor in Coinbase. I totally missed it. That said, I also got really lucky, because many years earlier, I invested as an LP, which is like a limited partner, with an investor who owns a large stake. So actually he's saying, yeah, he missed it, but he got still lucky because he got together with a partner in a company or a investment fund, which actually took a big stake of this company. Now he said, what did I get wrong? What did he get right? Okay, so he is explaining it a little bit, but this is based on this tweet by John Street Capital, which is a little bit explaining the success of Coinbase, where I want to dive in with you first. Okay, so he's saying the following: the Coinbase team announced the Q1 21 data, including revenue of about $1.8 billion on adjusted EBITDA of $1.1 billion. And what is also important, that trading volume of 335 billion, assets on the platform about $223 billion. That's about 11.3% of the whole crypto asset market. And now comes the big banger. They have 56 million users, guys. Okay, this is beside JP Morgan, this is just to digest this, guys, okay? This is the biggest bank in the world. And this is what I actually, looking for. If you are looking into companies that disrupting the world. I was actually one of the first, or let's say an early adopters of Coinbase, because I really liked that it was an American company and an American exchange, or a Canadian, I don't remember, but I think US. However, so North American, okay? And I really felt secure. The Bitcoin topic was new. It was 2017, I think. So I invested a little bit into Bitcoin and used their platform, which was very easy because you could buy credit card, very easy user interface and so on and so forth. So this was amazing. Now you can see here that with this growing, they achieved, obviously in the last couple of months, tremendous crazy numbers. Okay, so let's have a look into the graphic that you can see here, Coinbase versus incumbent exchanges, and then you can see the market cap of Coinbase is one of the biggest exchanges in the whole world, okay, which is quite interesting. So now further said, let me see, I think I need to go in this one and then scrolling here. So the 56 million users is bigger than Cash App and Venmo and significantly larger than Robinhood and eToro. That's greater than every bank not named GPM, okay? What we just discussed. Incumbents can no longer ignore this. The BODs of SCH, W and so on, international interactive brokers and so on and so forth. As a result, and Fidelity, even though they are private, have to add crypto trading. Okay, so he's talking about that those big exchanges are making a big mistake by not adding the crypto to the platform, which now they missed, right? And then they have here another point is that the Coinbase may do more revenue and EBITDA than the other exchanges this year, helps to credence to their argument that they can be the exchange destination even as the asset class is institutionalized. You won't see BAKKT reporting these numbers. Now, what is important here, guys, I think that Coinbase, obviously focusing on crypto, can soon at some point become an overall trading platform. Imagine now they say from one day to another, now you can buy also stocks. Now you can buy, maybe you can buy properties at some point. Okay, so this would be fantastic. I mean, this could be the big exchange here that everybody is using from their smartphone. Okay. Then they are having here about the Coinbase fees are largely denominated in crypto, so they have operating leverage in a bull market, e.g. the past 12 months, but it works against them in a bear market, obviously, so come to the market, but they still have to source crypto from a liquidity venue, which Coinbase is well positioned for alongside venues like FTC official and to a lesser extent given their B2B offering. So, obviously they need to have a big inventory on Bitcoin as well. So, now comes some numbers, but I think here the more interesting part is what CNBC wrote or summarized. Okay, and look at this graph here. Look at this graph. So they had about revenue of $66 million in Q1 2019. In Q1 2021, they had $1.8 billion. Okay, $1 billion. This is absolute insane. I mean, this is obviously because of the huge gain into Bitcoin, what we just read about, that they are having their, important assets into crypto, which helps them into this market. So it could be quite volatile for Coinbase over the next couple of months and weeks, okay? Then what else? I think that's, it's a very interesting business, and I think now slowly we can dive into what I'm doing. I think their market valuation was also quite interesting. I think more than $60 billion. Okay, so let me tell you this. In a bull market that I still believe that we are in, a Coinbase IPO and business model is fantastic, without any question, okay? Now, we are having $1.8 billion in revenue. Well, I'm not like this fundamental guy, and you know that, right? But you're having $1.8 billion in revenue that is heavily inflated because of the huge run of Bitcoin. And on the other side, you have a 67 billion valuation on the brand or the company Coinbase, which is, lots, okay? I mean, this is huge, a huge valuation. In my personal opinion, very, very priced to perfection. So this is number one. Second thing, I think on the positive note, this is the company that you want to be in if you're looking for a consumer company, you are looking for an innovator, if you're looking for a company based in the US that you want to be, into somehow into Bitcoin. There's a Bitcoin ETF apparently coming out, so there's a lot of things that are very positive about that, okay? So it could be, it's depending on your appetite. If you're saying, you are a growth investor and you don't care about those numbers, then this is for you, okay? And you don't care that it maybe drops next year to half of the valuation, but then, over the next 10 years to $30 billion, I love the platform. I love the product. Does it has so much of a, let's say, moat? Yes, with the huge amount of customers, apparently they have something that others haven't, right? I mean, otherwise, how you explain 53 million people using this? So it stays interesting, guys. It's all now depend how the overall market will further gain. Long term, I think it's a fantastic company. If they keep on innovating like they did with the Coinbase or the crypto market scene in the exchange, then this is a fantastic company. They have built a fantastic brand. And I use it. I'm still using it when I'm receiving Bitcoins or sending Bitcoins or something. But, I just feel it's super nice designed and it works very, very well. They make many things quite nice. The fact, for example, I didn't know that, but, when I pay out money from my Bitcoin account or from my wallet at Coinbase, they are saying, it will take 2 to 3 days to reach your bank account. Actually, it's there within minutes, which is quite fun and great. And if you over deliver, then over promise, I think that's always fantastic. I think that's it, guys. That's my point of view and Shama's point of view of Coinbase. And obviously I see you tomorrow because I'm vlogging here every single day. Best regards to the chat: Florida, US, Germany, Canada, and Spain. Thank you very much for watching, and I see you tomorrow. Stay healthy and safe, and take care.